Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Rewatch Council here on the good old Let's Get Ready Network. And boy, oh boy, we just rewatched Angel, Season 1, Episode 2, Lonely Hearts. Here to talk about it. Adelia, how are you?
I'm doing good, Snark. This episode, I remembered one of the characters, but I didn't remember the episode at all.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah,
Was it Angel? Was that the one you remembered?
it was not Angel. It was actually Kate. I was like, oh yeah, it's her. Okay.
Sure. Yes. We'll talk about her in 1 second. And also, of course, fellow councilman, about town. Brendan Marr. Brendan, how you doing, buddy?
Good, good. This is the first time I've ever seen Angel.
That's yeah, you're in for I think you're in for a treat. As a guy who likes Buffy, as I know you do,
Hmm
I think you'll enjoy watching Angel. It's different. There's certainly different, but yeah, there's certainly it also has high points and low points, but Buffy does as well. You know that.
hmm
Yeah, so let's get into it. First off,
Well, we're getting to the low points of Buffy in a few weeks, so
well, yeah, it's coming. But there's
yeah,
also great points coming up. Like what they say, like maybe the best episode in the entire series is coming up with that one too. So
that's true.
we'll talk about those over on Buffy. That's live Thursdays. You guys, if you've been watching, you know, you just watched. Let's talk about season 2, episode. What would be episode 3? I guess over there right now.
No,
Episode
episode
two,
two.
episode 2 over there right now. You can go watch us. We're talking about Buffy's. We find out more about Buffy's roommate over on the Buffy, the flagship Rewatchers Council. Now, this episode of Angel aired just afterwards, October 12th, 1999. Written by a familiar name, David Fury. You'll know him from quite a few Buffy episodes as well. Of course, also a familiar face directing the show. James Contner directed this episode of Angel. Now, in this episode, we are going to meet Kate Lockley, played, of course, by Elizabeth Rom.
Hmm.
She'll be, of course, more recognized as ADA Serena Sutherland from Law and Order. I can't remember how many years she was on there for. 4 years, I think, something like that. Great run on it. She's going to be a recurring character throughout the show. So don't
Hmm.
you worry, Adelia. But mostly, of course, in season 2. Now, let's talk about Lonely Hearts. So, we get this time, guys. We get a burrower demon or a
Hmm.
parasite, as Cordy likes to
This
call
demon
it.
was gross.
Yes,
The
yes.
Talamore, as old as time itself. They say, all right. That's a little. That one's a little tough to swallow, but sure, it's as old as time itself.
Hmm.
Kind of reminds me of like the xenomorph tongue. You know what I mean? From the
Oh
aliens,
yeah, yeah.
like that. Except sentient somehow. It also creates like a. Well, it kills the person. Let's not beat around the bush. That person's dead, but it kind of
Hmm.
takes over the body as a host, sort of like a vampire does, I guess.
Mm.
But this time they get automatic super strength and stuff like that.
Yeah, I had
Uh,
no idea this was coming, and it was really gross.
Yeah.
yeah, it was. Yeah, it's not the best. Now, it kind of reminds me of two of Adelia's favorite movies. The Thing being one of them. I know it's one of her top five, I think, something like
No,
that. And also, have you seen that movie Fallen, the Denzel
no.
Washington movie? That's sort of the same thing where that demon or whatever keeps going through bodies and stuff like that to just kind of get the detective off its case, I guess, whatever. Anyways, turns out all this Talamore wants, Adelia, is
Hmm.
a body to keep. One that's strong enough for it. You know. Now, some of these human bodies turn out to be much stronger than others. This bartender guy at
Yeah.
the end. He goes another body hungry right away.
Yeah.
Everybody else seems to be pretty chill.
Mm.
They got that demon in them now and stuff like that. They can relax. And at the end, oh my god, this guy keeps going on
He
and on and on,
was he was not
falling
in good
apart,
shape by the end of that. Yeah.
apart. Also, the name Dobleek for a nightclub. Who thought of that?
I don't know.
The French.
You know, it kind of reminds me of that. What is that? Zoolander bit or whatever. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Now, and also, how gross is it when someone starts yelling about how they just need to find a connection?
Yes.
I found it unsettling. I don't,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, and a demon as old as time itself
Mhm.
yelling out,
He needs a connection.
all I want is a connection. I'm like,
Yeah, that
okay,
was really weird. That was
you
really,
Mm-hmm.
really
you've been
strange.
whining for time, immortal, unbelievable.
And if I was someone who was around and that bartender was wandering around just yelling out that they need a connection, I'd be like, "Why is this guy crazy? How drunk is he?"
Yeah,
Like, I wouldn't go anywhere near him.
yeah, there were some problems with that bar. Let's just put it,
Just a few.
let's put
Just a
it that
few.
way. We're gonna get into a couple more things that you know kind of bug me about it. Now,
Yeah.
I guess we should go on to Angel and Kate first because this is where they meet. It's at the bar. Now, turns out, guys, I didn't want to spoil this for you, but Kate's an undercover cop here.
Mhm.
And it was supposed to be a lot worse. The original second episode was much darker. They said like she was supposed to be undercover as a prostitute, this whole other thing or whatever. I prefer that she was just like in a singles bar trying to figure out a serial killer and stuff. But
Yeah.
here's the deal. She's
Mhm.
been, she just didn't get the case or whatever that night, and she was just hanging out there and decided to take out the case. She's been there for a while.
Mhm.
So she's a detective, half her salt. You know what I mean? Worth her salt here. Wouldn't she have never noticed Angel there and immediately have ruled him out, seeing how all these murders have already happened?
I mean, you'd think.
Mm.
You'd think, right?
Yeah.
Also, are you guys glad that you didn't hang out in too many singles bars in the 90s?
I never went to one.
Extraordinarily glad.
I
I will
never went
say,
to
I
one.
will say
No.
Yeah.
about this bar, the first thing I appreciated when we got to the bar in this episode was that it wasn't the music from the Bronze.
Yes.
Yeah, it may have been the same bouncers because I'll get to that in a second.
Might have been, but it was the music was not this
Yeah.
slow,
Oh,
boring, you know, melodramatic music that they are always playing in the Bronze on Buffy. So I
Yes.
yes.
appreciated that.
Yes.
I think that's something we've been tracking ever since we started Rewatchers Council. And I keep saying that the bass player might fall asleep standing up because he's got
Mhm.
absolutely nothing to do with these bands. It's terrible. Anyways,
Hmm?
we get Kate and Angel. They meet. Of course, she thinks she's coming on to him, and vice versa. I guess he doesn't think like she's coming on to him, but he never picks up signals. It seems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I figure after 250 years, whatever it is, well, it's really 150, but he was in hell for 100 years or whatever, so you can add it on. Say 250. Uh, you figure he'd pick up a couple of signs, and also I think Angel has a type.
Mhm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? The
Yeah.
the smaller blonde
The
lady.
short
Yeah,
blonde girls. Yeah.
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 It's been the first two episodes of this show. Plus, there's that other show. He was with this girl for a long time. It's
Mhm.
yeah. Maybe he's just having trouble letting go. You know what I mean?
Could be.
I
Could be.
don't know.
It's kind of creepy if you think about it.
It's
It
a little.
is.
Oh, and then there's Darla as well. Like, oh my God!
Darla.
It's a. You know what?
Oh, Darla. Yes.
Everything's getting sewn into this nice little package and stuff like that. Anyways, there's always the two of them jumping to the wrong conclusions and stuff,
Mhm.
which is a staple, it seems, of the writing of the show and the other one. Uh, what else do I want to say? I want to say, what do you think of actually having a police officer kind of joining the team now? This is something new for either show.
Hmm.
I
I
think
guess
I think
Brendan. Yeah, hold
I
on.
think it's good.
Yeah,
I
Brendan,
think it's
what do
just
you think?
Batman. Feels like Batman.
We talked about that a lot on the first episode. how this felt like Batman, and then in this episode you got Doyle saying we don't have a signal in the sky that people can use. Like, yeah, they're trying very hard to make him Batman.
He has a dark black car that's a convertible for some reason. He has a grappling hook, which he uses yet again, and no reason. Okay, so we're gonna get through the thing. So Angel, is also on the track of this parasite demon. He, follows the clues. He goes back. He gets talking to this thing. There's talking to the bartender about, oh, have you seen this girl or whatever? And he fully describes her to him and stuff like that. Yeah, he hangs out with her. She was sitting like 3 chairs down just before. It's like, yeah, that's her. And eventually he goes, oh, she was just around here. Like, come
Yeah.
on, what are you doing? Anyways, that guy turned out to not be so great at the end anyway.
Yeah.
But so he makes it to the apartment, and it's too late for poor Sharon. She took home that sort of nerdy guy, and now he's the parasite and gets the superpowers. So in that fight, I don't know how well you guys paid attention, but there's one scene where the thing throws Angel against the wall. And you can very clearly see a cameraman in the right-hand corner moving
Yeah,
out
I
of the way.
noticed that. I noticed
I
that.
noticed
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, come on. It's just how did nobody pick that out?
I don't know.
Ridiculous. I've also heard things about like if you watch Angel enough, you'll see mirrors, and you'll always see him in a mirror. I guess. Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, they fight, and Kate makes it there and pulls the gun. He jumps out the second story window, and then you see him run away, and she feels nothing about it. It's like, oh, he just got away. He's a regular human being.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy to do. It's like, oh boy, I don't know how great of a detective you may be. Anyways, so they finally get on board. They're at the bar. That bar, for as large as it is, has a pretty crappy stockroom. A lot of
Yes, it
kegs
does.
for some reason. A couple of cases of Rolling Rock. And, Carlsberg, I think, was there. But that's it. Anyways, this storeroom leads to a basement that's 2 stories deep for some
Yeah.
reason. Has windows, very clearly up at the top of it, that Angel is going to use his grappling hook to get to. Instead of, you could go up the stairs. Go up the stairs would probably be easier. Plus, he's a vampire. And why don't you just jump? Why don't you just jump and do this stuff? Anyways, it's Kate that comes up with the brilliant idea to shoot the lock. Whereas I don't know how much good that would do, just shooting where the key goes in. But whatever. Yeah. It's the story. You could have had Angel bust it down. Unless we're going to just say he's trying to keep his vampireness a secret, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. So this is going to be a relationship for a few episodes. I wouldn't say if it's going to be romantic or not, or if it will be in some people's eyes. You'll get to know more about Kate, her family
Well,
situation
she is
as well.
blonde, so.
There you go. Yep, perfect.
Yeah,
Right.
Angel and his blonde thing. Yeah.
That's his type. It's proven now. It's proven right here on the Rewatchers Council. Now, let's move over to Cordy and Doyle before we go. Of course, Doyle has a thing for her. It's Cordy. Let's remind everyone yet again that Cordelia Chase is 18 years old. She's now 18 years old. Of course, in reality, the two of them were only a month and a half apart. I went and looked that up because I thought I would just.
Okay. Alright.
Should Doyle have just come out and say, you know what, guys, I'm half demon. I know it doesn't present and stuff like that. Maybe that would have, Cordy is pretty good. She can be almost political in the way she talks or whatever. She can smarten up the way she talks and stuff like that. Maybe she just feels a little too free. But when you're talking about a demon that uses intestines as a wreath around his head, I guess it's fair to say some demons are gross. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah. Cordy, blunt as always.
Yes, of course.
And I love that about her.
Yep.
She still feels the most like her character from Buffy. Angel felt a little more like Angel in this episode to me, but yeah,
Still
they're
with the
trying.
awkward questions.
It's
Still with the awkward.
it's very awkward and not sure what to say to people, and yeah, like he could get much better at that, and they could have written this character a lot better, considering the fact that most of these people worked on Buffy for a long time.
Yeah, like David Fury and James Conner, they're not new to this.
Yeah.
No. They should have these characters in their heads already. But let's talk about the Angel logo. It gets made fun of by everybody. It wasn't that bad. Maybe it was a butterfly. I could see maybe a butterfly.
I don't think it was that bad.
Yeah, maybe it didn't need the
It
whole thing.
looked
Maybe just the
obvious to
wing.
me.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was very obvious to me that it was an angel, but
Going on with the cards. So she hands out these cards at Dobleek, guys. And one guy comes up to him because he thinks she's a prostitute.
Yep.
Because she handed out the cards. Do prostitutes have
hand out
business cards?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think.
Yeah,
I just
no.
don't think so.
I don't think it. I would be surprised. I think if someone is considering having a business card as a prostitute. And also Doyle as the pimp would be also funny, I think, as well. Anyways, that's a pretty. At least we get a fight in there. This, again, Angel has to be holding back, I would guess, on these guys. Otherwise, just be pummeling them and stuff like that. Now, we also see Cordelia's place in this episode. Is this what you thought Cordelia's house would look like? It's the first time we've ever seen where Cordelia lives.
No, it's not. We saw her house in the previous episode, in the first episode.
Oh, okay. Because all right, sorry.
Yes, her questionable apartment.
Yes,
her very questionable
but
apartment.
This is we saw her bedroom, and it was sort of clean. You go into the living room.
No, we saw the living room too.
Oh, I don't remember that at all. I don't remember seeing like breakfast, like cereal bowls on the floor.
No, we didn't see that. We didn't see that, but we saw her in front of her couch doing the meditating.
Oh yeah.
In my head, that's still just on her bed. I always thought just everything was on the bed in that thing. Anyways, so
she's essentially manifesting. It's what they.
Yeah.
Did you ever think that Cordelia Chase would be a slob?
No, but it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I mean, she talks about how the maid service was canceled. Like, that's what she would do, is just wait for the maid service. So it doesn't surprise me that she doesn't clean things up.
Yeah. The home, hotel husband arc for life. I could see that 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the Cordelia Chase way to go. Now, the episode also begins with Angel brooding. It ends with Angel brooding.
He does a lot of that.
Yeah.
I think that's another way they're trying to make him be like Bruce Wayne. Like he was broody on Buffy at times too, but
oh yeah. He was always broody on Buffy, but just to sit alone in a chair in the dark is getting to even a new level.
He's almost depressed.
Yes. Yeah. I guess you could see it that way. Sure, yeah. He's sad. Maybe we could say he's sad about the breakup with Buffy and stuff like that.
They will never describe him as depressed, I'm sure, but he's acting like a depressed person would after a breakup.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the gist of Lonely Hearts. There really is just an episode I think they had to write in quick because the first one was kind of.
I have a question.
Sure.
The guy that sits down at the table with Kate before the bartender tells Kate Angel's out back.
Yeah.
Was that the same guy that was the lawyer in the first episode?
No.
He looked a lot like him.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah, no, it may look like him, and a weird, they pan into his face at a weird angle, him just looking awkwardly.
I was like, who is that guy? Is he important? Like, what is going on? We never see him again, I assume.
Nope, that's it.
Yeah, it seemed like he was going to be an important character, but
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, is he the guy that has the thing? Maybe they just tried to do that to make you think that he was the guy that had the demon in him at that point. I
For
don't
sure,
know.
he was what is it? A MacGuffin or whatever. It
Yeah.
was yeah, it was something he was put there. It's like, oh, this girl's in trouble because of this. Instead of saying that Angel's out back, why don't you go help him and stuff, and then
Yeah.
him hitting her with the bottle.
Also, I don't think the bartender was a bad guy. I think the demon
The demon's
who
a
had
back.
after
Yeah,
he
yeah.
killed the bartender by possessing his body was the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now, I got three more questions. Kind
Oh,
of, sort of, uh, show related. They don't have to be particularly about the show, though. I think we covered one about is our apps, the new meat markets instead. Like, is it people just go to apps instead of going out these days?
I mean, some people I assume go out, but most people I think use dating apps.
Yeah, this is like, of course, dating apps long after I
Yeah, this is way before,
retired from the dating scene.
and this show way before dating apps as well.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I was with someone throughout the '90s as well and stuff like that. Never went to a meat market and stuff like that. It turned like, and then it would shy away from bars, and then it was like grocery stores. Grocery stores became meat market. It was a
Mm-hmm.
whole thing. Yeah, one thing I am happy that I do not have to worry about is anything like that. Awkward
Me too.
conversations with people suck. I hate them.
Yeah.
Now, question number two, guys. If Cordy was played by an age appropriate actress, do you think they would still have grown men hitting on her all the time?
Mm.
Considering the creator of the show, probably.
Well, yeah, there's that problem, yes.
Yeah, it's problematic.
That's a
Let's just
whole
say.
conversation, yeah.
It's a whole conversation, and it's not that it's not worth having, but it's not worth giving him the breath to do so.
Yes.
But Charisma Carpenter as Cordelia plays this role fantastically, and I hate
She's
everything that
very
she had
good.
to go. I hate everything that she had to go through to play this role.
Yeah.
Um, she she did not deserve that, and
No.
Cordy as a character does not deserve this stuff either.
No.
Yeah.
Nope, nope, nope.
Well, there's
Yeah, she
plenty of
does,
show
yeah,
here.
deserved better, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Now, my last question, and this may be specifically for you, Brennan. Does anyone check ID in California?
I don't know, I've never been to a club.
I mean, yeah, that is a problem. Unless Cordelia has a fake ID, she could possibly
Oh,
have a fake
Well,
ID.
she does strike me as the person who would.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a good choice, good chance and stuff like that. She'd have a fake ID. I know that they card Anya,
Mm-hmm.
the oldest teenage girl
Yeah, I was gonna
in
say.
Sunnydale.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, we said it from the beginning. Was it the first episode? You see them walk around with solo cups at the Bronze. It's like those kids are getting hammered at that bar.
Hmm.
100%
Yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah,
It is
what?
ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. It's a 100%. It's a $2,500 fine in Manitoba if you get caught with a underage person in your bar. Just to keep that in mind.
Hmm.
$2,500. That can go to both the establishment and the bartender and stuff as well.
It is
Hmm.
possible, I think, that you can be in a bar and be underage. They just can't serve you alcohol.
That's- Okay, it's a little
Because
different than here
because they
then.
because like I know at like nightclubs and stuff, they'll card you at the door as you're going
Yeah,
in.
like you
But
see a bouncer,
not necessarily at a bar does that happen.
right?
Bars
I
you
think,
can just usually just go in, but you can't buy alcohol unless you show them that you're over 21.
okay, yeah, that's a lot different. Like in Manitoba, you can be in a lounge if you're under 18. Like
Yeah.
18 is the legal limit.
Hmm.
But you have to have a parent or a guardian with you, and you have to be eating food. So
Yeah.
they never allowed them at a bar like that.
Well, yeah, like a lot of bars do serve food, and so they let in people that aren't drinking to eat the food. But I don't know. Like I've gone to bars with with friends and stuff before where we've gone to eat the food and then one of them will order a drink and they get carded because they ordered the drink.
Mm-hmm.
But like we didn't have to prove that we were 21 to get into the bar to eat the
Okay.
food.
So, okay. So that's answering
And
some questions.
some bars in some states might have different policies too, because it's statewide down here. So
Yeah, I have no idea what the rules are in California because I've never been to one.
Well, I'd say just by looking at the show, it's anything goes.
yeah, they definitely play with that rule. I think that law.
It's a little loose. It's a little loose. Depending on the narrative they need for the show.
Yeah.
Lonely Hearts.
Oh, my favorite, one of my favorite parts of this episode too was Cordelia. Angel shows up at Cordelia's place and he's just standing there, and they have to remind her that she has to invite him in.
Right.
And she's like, "Promise you're not going to go all evil." I thought that was very funny.
That's a hard promise to keep. Now, he also doesn't have to do that at that Sharon's place.
Yeah, he kicks the door down.
Yeah.
He just goes in.
She's dead. She can no longer give or deny permission. So it's free for him to go in and out as he pleases. It's not like the motel at Faith's, you know what I mean, where it's expected that people can just walk in. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's it for Lonely Hearts. Adelia, where can people find you while not talking about Angel on the Let's Get Ready Network?
Ferris and I are talking about something on the Open Table this weekend, Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on the Entertainment Channel. And then Snark and I will be back for Starting 11 over on the Sports Channel, Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, talking about the Premier League. Again, I don't care about the Premier League anymore. Mm-hmm. Liverpool's going to win. It's just a matter of time. But we had a good episode of Starting 11 this week, talking about all kinds of stuff that happened. So you can go check out that episode on the Sports Channel right now. There's links to both channels in the description of this episode. Please go over there and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it.
Brennan, how about you, sir? Where are you up to on the good old internet?
You can find me on Blue Sky at brennmar.bluesky.social.
Mm-hmm.
And on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify at Page Turner's Or Not.
That Blue Sky sure needs to get to do something about those handles. You know what I mean? They gotta shrink it down a little bit. It always seems a little difficult. I think I'm on Blue Sky, right?
You are.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Mr. Snark.bsky.social is Snark's handle on Blue Sky. Mine is at schizoaffectiveadelia.com.
Nice. Well, we've done an edition of Playoff Beards. We'll have another one coming soon with Ryan, hopefully with Adelia as well.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have coming up? And of course, the flagship Rewatchers Council Buffy the Vampire Slayer edition live Thursdays, 5 o'clock at 6:30 Newfoundland.
3 p.m. Pacific.
3 Pacific. There you go. That's North America covered, guys. Basically every time zone. Everyone you need to know.
Except for Mountain, which everyone claims doesn't exist, but does.
It doesn't exist. Now,
it definitely does.
Until next week, guys. We're going to be, next week, in the dark. You know, if it's been 3 episodes, maybe you're ready to see some familiar faces come to Los Angeles. So it's going to be a continuation of what we're going to see from Buffy as well, too. It's one of the first actual continuing episodes they do. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's next week in the dark. And until then, in the words of Kate Lockley, have a good night, everybody.